Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, aka Storm, and we are back for some more of the Elder Scrolls Online as Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard. I want to thank you all for joining. This is the first stream since the Flames of Ambition DLC dropped, which also brought with it the new companion system, or not companion system, the new champion point system, which really condensed everything down, and now you've got passives and slottable champion points. So Reewish has gotten a little bit more powerful. If you look, we're rocking 41k spell damage, 45% spell critical, 94,027 spell penetration, which is enough to bypass the penetration of, or the spell resistance of the entire base game. And if I remember correctly, I don't think I even have. No, I do have a Witch Mother's Potent Brew going. Okay, so. We've got lots of spell penetration, and so we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to talk to Vanessa Scalarian to kick off the Somerset DLC. Vanessa, what's up, my friend?
Good to see you again, my friend. I was beginning to think I miscalculated your trajectory and missed you entirely. But no, the Great Mage never makes those kind of errors. Now, come closer. We have something important to talk about.
What do you want to talk to me about?
I recently received a message that was apparently meant for you, from an oracle. It came to me in a most unsettling manner. Anyway, I determined the chances of meeting you here, and there you are. Saves me the trouble of crafting a message stone.
Tell me about this message.
Well, I was about to portal to Alinor for a proper meal, but since you're here now, we might as well discuss that message. It came from Mariv, an oracle of the weird. I usually avoid soothsayers, but Mariv possesses a genuine talent.
And this oracle mentioned you by name. Hey Joe, welcome to the stream.
Down to the last syllable. Her predictions are open to interpretation, but what she said made me uneasy. A web of trouble. The island that went away, 3 dark princes, and your name. After that, she stopped responding to my projections.
What does all of that mean?
It means you need to find the oracle and make sure she's all right. I enchanted a small boat to take you to an isolated part of Bankarai, near her last known location. And take this medallion of summoning. Use it to call upon me if the need arises.
I'll go and check out Oracle Maverine.
As it so happens, the Great Mage knows a great deal about a great many things. What else can I tell you before you go?
What did the Oracle's message, why did the Oracle's message make you uneasy?
Uneasy? I don't believe that's the word I used. Nevertheless, her prophetic verses tend to be loquacious and hauntingly beautiful. This one was terse. It mentioned trouble of some sort, a vanishing island and dark princes, probably Daedra.
So what do these things mean?
Well, trouble could mean almost anything, though nothing good. The island could refer to Artem, the home of the Citrix Order. It disappeared more than 300 years ago. And I have heard rumors about some sort of Daedric alliance.
Why did she specifically mention me?
You'll have to take that up with the Oracle. I suppose you figured into her vision, or whatever it is that spawns her prognostications. If this message came from anyone else, I'd say it was some sort of ruse. Mariv, however, is the genuine article.
Tell me more about Oracle Marine.
Oracle Mariv belongs to the Weird, a sisterhood of witches that revere the natural world. Mariv started receiving visions at a young age. Over the years, she has provided the Mages Guild and the Citrix Order with warnings we could act upon.
What kind of warnings?
The usual sorts of dire predictions. Most recently, Mariv foresaw the deaths of Kings Fulbert and Tamlin. She has an unusual knack, an ability to see into other realms as well as into possible futures. It makes her useful to the Citrix Order.
If you think the Oracle's in danger, why didn't you bring her here?
Believe me, I tried. Mariv has always been a loner, even more so than her fellow Wirises. She said she had more to do and that you would come to save her. So get to it. Go save the Oracle, and get her to tell you more about her vision.
What does an enchanted boat do exactly?
Surely you can puzzle that one out on your own. It will take you exactly where I told it to go. But the magic isn't permanent. Best get a move on. You don't want to be on that tiny boat in the middle of the ocean when the spell wears off.
Alright, give me the enchanted boat and I'll be off.
Give you the... What? Do you think I have a boat in my pocket? That it folds up and fits in your backpack? Ridiculous! It's nearby on the docks. I'll mark the location on your map.
What do I do with the Medallion of Summoning again?
I did get the name the Oracle provided me with right, didn't I? I've magicked the medallion so that you can use it to call me to your location, provided the need is great and I'm not otherwise occupied. Be sure to save it for a special occasion.
Alright, goodbye, Vanessa. By the way, there are totally boats in Dungeons & Dragons you can slip in your pocket, but apparently Vanessa's never heard of a folding boat before. A guild called Succubi Paradise. Hold on, I gotta look at this. Okay, so it's nothing really special. Come, my Daedric chicken.
The Moorborn myself. They seem like good people doing good work. Did they fool me?
Whoops. Is that not my heal ability anymore? What's going on? Where are my skills? I'm sorry. This is gonna be a moment. I forgot to reslot my skills. Oh wait, no, that's supposed to be straight. That's supposed to be unstable wall of elements. There we go. Yeah, I guess I hadn't... I thought I had fully set everything up after the respec, but I guess I hadn't, so... There we go, now we're back to normal. Because, see, I did that on all my other characters. When I respected them, I set all their skills back to normal, but I guess I must have forgotten to do that with Reewish. I apologize. Yeah, Krez was actually telling me he's considering getting ESO for the PlayStation 4 as well, so he's going to be switching over to the PS4 version of Elder Scrolls, so he doesn't have to do the game by himself anymore, so... Gulf and Clematis Vile's involved with this. Didn't we see enough of Vile during Morrowind?
Stop! Don't come any... Oh, you're not one of those Daedric monstrosities.
I am definitely not, no.
First these Daedric aberrations and now you? What trouble has Oracle Mariv dredged up this time?
Vanessa Scalarian sent me to make sure that Oracle was alright.
The Great Mage? That doesn't surprise me. He's always had a peculiar fascination with Mariv's talents. My sister prefers her solitude, but we come by occasionally to check on her. When I arrived, the Daedra were everywhere, but Mariv wasn't here.
She contacted Vanessa, mentioned my name specifically.
Interesting. I noticed fresh ink on one of her parchment sheets. I think she was writing something when the Daedra appeared. His vision must have been special to attract the attention of those unnatural creatures.
Do you think the Daedra harmed the Oracle?
Perhaps, but there's no evidence of violence here. No, I think she sent her message and escaped to a place of safety. Probably the old weird site in what is now the Mines of Chorus. It's a good place to hide. Seek Mariv there.
I'll go to the Mines of Chorus and try to find the Oracle. Alright, let's look around and make sure I'm not missing anything before we go. Oracle's vision.
But that doesn't mean they're empty. Meanwhile, I shall tell my sisters what occurred here.
The dark veil is stretched thin, allowing the visions to flow like snow melting on the first day of spring. I see a web entangling all that it touches and bringing trouble to the green and pleasant island. I see the other island, the one that went away, threatened by a force long thought vanquished. I see three dark princes joined in a conspiracy of vile and evil intentions, and in the middle of it all, ready to sway events, but in which direction I cannot fathom, stands Reewish Leftesh. My vision steers up interest from the dark corners. I must hide before they catch me. Okay. For anyone who's actually interested, Reewish actually was built during the Somerset chapter, so there's going to be a character that knows me, or that I'm going to know already because of starting in the Somerset chapter. So there's going to be, because I did the prologue quest for that. I didn't actually stream it because I hadn't actually intended to stream originally when I made this character initially. So that, unfortunately, that is lost to the ages. But I did, there is a video of me streaming the Somerset prologue. It's on my YouTube channel, so. Mines of Chorus. We're in Glenumbra. This is a delve in Glenumbra. I was actually here recently on my tank. We descend into the belly of the earth. While I'm here, I may as well grab the sky shard and clear the dungeon too.
Go around.
I keep forgetting I don't have Sanctify on this character, so I can't drain magic and health from their corpses. That's a really useful ability. Wait, I can use my own synergy? That doesn't make sense.
Scatter from the sides. I need aid.
Trying to remember how to get past this wall right here. There's like a secret tunnel, I thought. So hey, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Oh, that's a player. That's not an enemy. I guess I have to go this way. How do I get through that? Oh, right here, old weird site. Duh. Oh no, it's Wrath of Crows again. Didn't I beat you down once already? Note to Vanessa. Wrath, sorry. Vanessa, these recent visions have attracted unwanted attention. First, visions have attracted unwanted attention. Finally going crazy, I have no concentration and I am a bit more forgetful than usual. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Seasonal allergies, maybe? I don't know if that can... I know it's been messing with me pretty bad the past couple weeks. It's been really bad already, and it's just not even April yet. Medallion of Summoning.
The summoning worked perfectly, as I knew it would. I assume you need my assistance? You decided to utilize the Medallion of Summoning. Very well. Then you might as well tell me how the search for the Oracle goes.
That's fair. I'm sorry to hear that. Not well. Daedra chased her from her dwelling, and she came here, but all I found was this note.
Let me see that. A little too familiar a greeting for my taste, but the Oracle always follows her own path. Clever, Reeve. Very clever. She left us a secret message and hid it in plain sight.
Secret message?
It's all in the turn of phrase. Messages, elements, ritual, proper order. It makes perfect sense to someone who knows her well. The weird revere nature and the elements. We need to perform an elemental ritual to receive the message.
So, what do we do?
Look for items that represent the elements. Air, earth, water. I'll find the prepared ritual site and you place the items in the proper order. That should do the trick. A little ostentatious, but I suppose that's part of being an oracle.
I'll find the ritual items.
The weirds draw power from the earth bones, so elemental items make sense. 3 engraved bowls. This must be the ritual site. A pure gemstone. You don't get much closer to elemental earth than that. A cup of water. Well, that's disappointingly obvious. Mariv must have been in a hurry. What's that? A feather? Wait a moment. What's light as a feather? Air!
Okay, so the trick here is to match the pictographs with the element.
Just place the items in the proper bowls.
This will be the gourd of water. This will be the bowl of air. And this will be the bowl of earth.
Ah, something is happening.
Master Vanessa, is that you?
Hello, Oracle.
You're the one I saw in my vision. I knew you'd be able to puzzle out my clues. But listen, I haven't much time.
Where are you?
The Chaos Bringers, they caught me. They're taking me to an Iliad ruin somewhere in Auradon. Bawan, I think they said. Look, they'll be back soon. I have to tell you about my vision. It concerns Somerset and Artem.
Somerset, Artem, what are you talking about?
Somerset, the green and pleasant island of the High Elves. Artem, the vanished home of the Citrix Order. Both are caught in a dark and terrible web. I saw it. My visions. They aided the Citrix in the past. Now, others seem interested.
Who are these others?
Servants of the Dark Princes. They want to use my gift. Get me to reveal the location of Artem. You need to help me. Bawan, they're taking me to... Oh no, they're coming back.
I'll find you at Bawan.
Hurry. Remember Bawan.
Vanessa?
That sounded not good. You really should make haste and get to Bawan. The Oracle has need of you.
Aren't you coming with me?
No. This affair has taken on a completely different meaning. If Artem and the Citrix Order are involved, I need to keep the Mages Guild out of it. What happens next falls on your shoulders. You'll find Bawan on Auradon's west coast.
The Oracle mentioned Somerset and Artem. Can you tell me about them?
Somerset is the ancient home of the High Elves. I was born and raised there. Mariv's vision suggests a threat to the island. There are people I need to warn. As for Artem, it's the home of the Citrix Order. It doesn't currently reside on Nirn.
What do you mean Artem doesn't currently reside on Nirn?
The island vanished 350 years ago. The Rightmaster hid it in some pocket plane for who knows what purpose. I studied at the Kupora Tower during my time with the Order, but Citrix magic was too flashy for my taste.
Why won't you help me save the Oracle?
I've done more than enough. My break from the Order and the subsequent formation of the Mages Guild has never sat well with my former teachers. If this involves the Citrix, I won't do anyone any good by insinuating myself deeper into this affair.
Who are the Chaos Bringers that the Oracle mentioned?
I have my suspicions. They're obviously connected to the Dark Princes that Mariv mentioned, but beyond that, I don't think they plan to harm the Oracle, at least not immediately. They have something more insidious in mind.
What do you think they will do with the Oracle?
Probably the same thing everyone wants, to get her to reveal something they want to know. And I'm concerned it might involve the Citrix Order. Mariv's abilities allow her to unveil hidden things and find lost places. Places such as Artem.
What's the Citrix Order?
The Citrix Order is a monastic society that follows the old ways of magic. I belonged to the Order myself back in the day, before a disagreement over another member led me to break ranks and form the Mages Guild. We no longer see eye to eye.
The Oracle is a Weiris. How is she connected to the Citrix Order? No, I'm sucking on a cough drop so I don't cough into the mic, Joe. Sorry.
Maariv not only sees into the hidden places, she has a way to contact it. It allows her to communicate with the Citrix Order's Right Master. I assume that's one way the Order keeps track of affairs on Nirn from wherever it is they hid their island.
How would that... Oh, okay. That's good. Alright, let's go to the enchanted boat. If I could stop myself coughing in another way, I would, but I can't cough into the mic as much as I'm doing. I have to stop it in some way.
I was done for.
There's a buyer. But hey, did you see the email about camp? It looks like we might be doing camp after all. It doesn't seem like it's 100% sure yet, but it seems like we should be able to have camp. So. Alderaan. The second largest of the Somerset Isles, Alderaan has always served the High Elves as a buffer between the serene archipelago and the turmoil of Tamriel. The Altmer of Alderaan... I didn't get to finish reading that. Oh well. Bewain. Ironically, Alderaan's where I was supposed to have come this Friday when I started, 2 days ago when I started streaming, but because I was so tired after work, I just didn't want to stream, and...
way. Hurry.
Ah, sea vipers. Malamer. Take the relic.
Wait, don't go. Please, help me.
Ah, okay.
Surprised to see me? So were the Sea Elves. I didn't even have time to say Mage's Guild before they killed me. And now here sits poor old Betty stuck because of that stupid bet.
Bet? What bet?
I made a bet with my friend Angro. We're both adepts at the hall in Volkilgard. I bet her that I could find more relics than she did in a 2-week span.
And Malamer killed you while you were looking for relics then?
Right. But the worst part is, I think I'm stuck like this. I put a pile of gold on the wager and we sealed the bet with a spell. A binding contract spell. Until I can win or lose the wager, I don't think I can move on.
I could take the relic back to Velgrogard for you.
Would you? That's unbelievably kind. You'll be 3 times blessed in Aetherius. I should warn you, Ungrel's something of a terrible person. And sincerely, thank you.
You're welcome. Although, I'm never going to Aetherius because I am a Argonian, and when my character dies, I will return to the Hist, but, you know. Oh no. Oh joy, it's the realm of Mafala. Mafala, in Oblivion you keep your secrets, and the secrets of all those entangled in your webs of subterfuge and semblance. The spiral skein is your realm, the derifest necromite. Viscount Loremaster. I mean, Belle seems like she was enjoying it too. I know she liked seeing the dancing that you did last week.
Only to put a willing sacrifice. Very well. Step forward and die.
Well, that got him. I mean, that's fair.
You, from my vision, come, speak to me.
Well, you look like you're in a bad place, Oracle.
Time is short. The Dark Princes have almost achieved their goal. You must help me.
I don't understand. What are they doing to you?
Mafala believes she can reach Artem through me. These bindings, you must find a way to break them.
How do I break the bindings?
Mafala's magic infuses the webs that bind me. Defeat the weavers and break the pinions. Then destroy the center fulcrum that secures me to this place.
Alright, I shall do it. I'm coming for you. Have I ever mentioned how much I don't like Mephala? That's one. Now there's just one more to go. Yeah, and I got a really cool new ability now that anytime I kill an enemy, I gain back 1,500 magicka. So it's really hard for me to run out of my magicka now. I did not make it. I've made that jump before, but sometimes I just cannot make that jump.
I can use the residual magicka to open a portal. Vanessa always said I should visit Skywatch one day. I didn't get a chance to thank you for what you did for me. Even though I sometimes see faraway places and future events, nothing can ever be truly certain. I knew you were coming to rescue me, but that didn't alleviate my fear. I thought I was going to die in Mephala's realm. Thank you.
Can you explain what they were doing to you back there?
As an oracle, I can connect with other times, other places. I sometimes use that ability to converse with the Citrix Rightmaster to keep him informed of events on Nirn. Mephala's agents tried to use that connection to locate the hidden island.
Did they succeed?
No. You arrived in time to stop them. But it was a close thing. The portal was nearly attuned to Artem's location when you set me free. And once again, the visions that haunt me came to pass.
Where is Artem exactly?
I have no idea. Just because I can sense the island and reach out to communicate with the Rightmaster doesn't mean I actually understand the magic they use. I'm a Weiris, not a Citrix. It's somewhere else. That's all I really know.
And what about the rest of your vision?
Oh, everything I saw remains true. The Dark Princes continue to circle Somerset like vultures around Carrion, and they still crave Artem and its secrets. Your presence will play a pivotal role in the outcome. Good luck, my friend.
Farewell, Oracle. Oh, Vanish, you're back.
Not that I was overly concerned, but I see you were able to retrieve the Oracle. Care to tell me what happened?
I saved the Oracle from Mafala's realm. They tried to use her to find Artaeum.
Mafala? She must be one of the 3 Dark Princes in Mariv's prophecy. You stopped this attempt, but I fear Somerset and Artem are still in danger.
What do you suggest we do?
We? Because of the connection to the Citrix Order, I have to tread carefully. The right, Master, we don't exactly see eye to eye. You'll need to go to Somerset. Determine if the threat Mariv foresaw is imminent or a worry for another day.
I thought Somerset was closed to outsiders.
Yes, the Ultima have a few peculiar notions. But, as luck would have it, I heard that Queen Irene has just issued a decree to open Somerset to immigrants and visitors. That's the perfect excuse for you to investigate the island.
What happens to the Oracle now?
We'll show Mariv the hospitality of the Mages Guild, and make sure she's fully recovered from her ordeal. Then I'll make sure to get her back home. Thanks for your aid in this matter. Now, get to Somerset and do what you do best, my friend.
Complete quest. I'm not mistaken, I still have that. I do not have that quest in my log anymore. Okay.
I suppose, after I examine your garden and collect my thoughts, if that's all right.
Of course, Oracle. Come inside whenever you're ready.
The Queen's Decree. Travel to Shimmerine and Somerset. Where's the way shrine? It's back this way. Okay. Alright, guys, are you ready to see the spectacular that is the beauty of Somerset? I mean, you can sort of get an idea from looking around Skywatch as we're running through. There's a lot of similarities between Somerset and Alderaan.
A moment, please.
But it's nothing compared to just the majestic beauty that is Somerset. Here we go! The land called Somerset is the birthplace of civilization and magic as we know it in Tamriel. On its idyllic sun-kissed shores, or sea-kissed shores, live the Altmer, the High Elves. Talk to Rosendar. Roz, what happened here?
My friend, Raz is happy to see you, but surprised you didn't help me with these creatures. Not that Raz needed any help. You must tell me what brought you to Somerset after you agreed to assist Raz with his usual cloak and dagger business.
Complications, Roz? That sounds ominous.
Ominous? No more than usual, my friend. But there's work for the Queen's Eye, and this one could use an extra blade if you're willing. Queen Irene issued a decree to open the borders of Somerset and allow outsiders to have access to the island.
That doesn't sound too terrible.
That's what Raz said, but rumors reached the Queen. So this one made the journey and was immediately attacked by strange creatures. Raz doesn't think the two are related, but if you could ask some questions, check on the newcomers, that would help.
I'll ask some questions around the city.
While you ask questions around the city, Raz can take care of some other business. It may or may not involve scratching and clawing. Let's meet near the entrance to Shimmerine when you have something to report.
What are those strange creatures I saw you fighting?
Raz never saw such monsters in his life. They appear related to water, but this one tends to avoid this stuff. That pearl, though, Raz swears it was calling those creatures. A mystery for another time, perhaps. Now, we need to see to the newcomers.
Anyone in Pacific you want me to talk to about regarding the Queen's Decree?
As a matter of fact, Raz made a list. Old Newell, a high elf artisan, spoke out. See what she complained about. Then there's Soxolza, a persecuted Argonian newcomer. Finally, Ranuel, a city resident noted in the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
What did Old Will speak out about, and where can I find her?
Old Newell complained about it. No. Roz doesn't want to prejudice your investigation. You will find out when you talk to her. The artists like to gather shells along the eastern coast. She uses them to make paints and dyes.
Ranul, that doesn't sound like a high elf name.
True. Not enough syllables. Ranul's a Redgar, whose family has lived in Shimarine for generations. He's a well-respected trader, with a few warehouses along the docks. Talk to him, before the Divine Prosecution decides to arrest him.
What's the Divine Prosecution?
The Divine Prosecution serves as lawkeepers and protectors of social standards. Very persnickety. When rules are broken, they record it in their observation logs. If your name winds up on their list, things get complicated.
What do you mean Tuxil is being persecuted?
Something to do with monks and newcomer registration. Roz is looking into that. Last I heard, Soxolza was seen leaving the city and heading west. Probably trying to reach the water. Lizards like water, yes? Not Roz. Gugh. Roz hates the wet stuff.
What does this all have to do with that geyser and those creatures?
Nothing at all. Unless you think they came to Somerset because of the Queen's decree. No, that would be ridiculous. Let's not lose focus. Just see what Old Newell, Soxolza, and Ranul have to say about newcomers and the mood in Shimarine.
What do you expect me to learn by talking to these people?
We need to confirm these rumors or else put an end to them. Everyone should be pleased with the Queen's decree. Opening the border shows progress, yes? However, if any of her loyal subjects reject progress, well, Raz needs to know that too.
I'll go talk to them.
While you ask questions around the city, Raz can take care of some other business. It may or may not involve scratching and clawing. Let's meet near the entrance to Shimarine when you have something to report.
Anything I should know about Shimarine before I head out?
Raz knows very little about city ordinances or how to tell the difference between mead and ale, so let's avoid those topics, yes? Otherwise, this one knows all about the Queen's decree and the initial reaction of the nobles and king lady.
I'm not going to ask Roz who he is again. If you want to know who Roz is, there's plenty of videos with Rosendar in it. Tell me about the Queen's decree.
Queen Irene, her most excellent leader of the Aldmeri Dominion, has issued a decree opening the once forbidden land of Somerset to traders, visitors, and immigrants of all races. Controversial, yes, but part of her plan for the Dominion's future.
And this is a problem?
For some. High elves talk of perfection, but they are a complicated people. Various individuals in Somerset take issue with their queen, with change of any sort, actually. The king lady, for example. Some nobles. Makes my job complicated.
What's that about the kin lady and the nobles?
King Lady Avenice has made her views on the Queen's decree quite clear. She calls it unreasonable, dangerous. A few of the city's nobles have sided with the King Lady, as has the new Alderaan at the Monastery. My queen permits discussion, to a point.
So the kin lady opposes the Queen's decree?
She has spoken against it. Now Raz needs to know how far she will go to defy the will of the Queen. Does she grumble but welcome the newcomers, or is she using every option at her disposal to block their arrival? Raz will find out, with your help.
Alright, I'm headed out for Rosendar. Alright, let's go talk to the nearest one first. That'll be the painter. Also, there's a collectible over this way too. I'm trying to remember exactly where it is. It's like right over in this area. There it is, I see it. The Monochrome Paintbrush. So basically, the collectibles for Somerset is a bunch of dangerous artifacts that were stolen by an idiot from the Thieves Guild, and he hid them all over Somerset, and they are incredibly dangerous artifacts.
Patch of beach. Not that you'd understand the concept, but the path to Alaxon requires dedication and complete concentration. I must find the perfect shells, or my pigments will be substandard. And do you know what that will do to my art? Exactly.
What's the path of Alaxon?
An ultimate concept practiced widely here in Somerset. Alaxon is the state of perfection that every High Elf strives for. The path to Alaxon represents the approach we take to achieve that state. Now, why have you interrupted my work?
I heard you made complaints on Shimmering. I'd like to hear about that.
I believe in caution as much as the next High Elf, but sometimes the rules get in the way of common sense. My apprentice lived here for more than a year. Good help is so hard to find, especially among the newcomers. And she was adept at making dyes.
What happened to your apprentice?
They took her away. Said they had to scrutinize her qualifications, test her knowledge of culture and etiquette. But I haven't seen her since. My work suffers, so of course I complained to the monks. Now I have to gather my own shells.
Did the monks offer any explanation as to where she was or when she'd be returned?
They told me I could fill out some forms and appeal to the kin lady. But who has time for such bureaucracy? And for a wood elf? I've said too much. I have work to do, and all this aggravation has diverted my path to Alaxon.
I'll let you get back to your work. Man, she is a...
constant vigilance, so back to it.
Man, she is a parsnickety lady. Well, that's not good. The Argonian is dead. Jamalot. Somerset is not the wondrous paradise the heralds proclaimed it to be. Despite the fine words in the Queen's decree, the High Elves want nothing to do with outsiders. They treat the newcomers worse than a mud flea on a guar. As soon as I stepped off the boat, priests from the monastery collected me for some sort of culture assessment to discern my understanding of social rules and regulations. However, no one actually asked me any questions. They locked me in a cell somewhere in the bowels of a monastery, along with other newcomers to the island. Something about the whole affair felt wrong to me, like warm water in an otherwise cold stream. When I heard one of the monks give thanks with a Daedric prayer, I knew I had to get out of there. I used my talents I learned from the associates who may or may not have belonged to the Thieves Guild. I know you disapprove of my friends, and I slipped out of my cell and away from the monastery. In the morning, I plan to head to Alinor. Hopefully I can secure passage back to Murkmire there. Frankly, at this point, any destination would be preferable to here. Jimalt. I don't know if that was a character we met in Murkmire or not. While I'm up in this area... Oh, there's an Indrik. Oh, we're on Somerset. Let's ride an Indrik. There's the Sky Shard. Are you pecking the water there, chicken? I am a lizard, I swim really fast. I am a lizard, I'll survive the waterfall.
Have you heard? A high elven woman named the Lost returned Ivea to the Somerset Isles.
Yep, I was there for that.
Sadly, not all of my beasts weathered the passing well. My poor camels haven't eaten well for days.
Oh, you poor camel. Oh, you poor camel. But why would you want camels on an island like Somerset? They're like better suited to the desert.
Help out the poor soul.
A newcomer in the warehouse district. Unusual. But how can I help you today, my friend?
I was wondering how your name ended up on the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
The Divine? Who told you that? If a justiciar sent you to try and trick me into confessing... No. The High Elves would never send a newcomer to perform such a task. But I admit it. I made my thoughts known.
And what were those thoughts, if you don't mind me asking?
I arranged to bring my cousin here to work with me. The ship arrived, but all the newcomers were carted away. For questioning, they said. I complained to the kin lady and anyone else who would listen. And what has it gotten me? Nothing.
You're not a high elf. How have you lived in Somerset very long?
Oh, my family has been here for generations and generations. Before the Queen's decree, outsiders might have been rare, but we were not unheard of. Our business has grown and gets better every day. That's why I sent for my cousin. We need the help.
Do you like living in Somerset?
Somerset is a rare and beautiful jewel in the Abetian Sea. I love it here. The High Elves treat us like children, but they have never been hostile. The Queen's decree has stirred the waters, though. I fear it will get worse before it gets better.
I feel for you, my friend. Shimmering dockworks discovered. Excellent. Alright, we shall go report to Rosmdar. A pink lizard riding on a white mount. That's so weird. Ooh, lore book. Fang of the Sea Serpents. Excellent.
What do you want?
This is unheard of. Why have you closed the monastery?
Good people, I hear your concerns.
Do
The
you?
workers I hired, they were aboard the ship from Rivenspire.
The kin lady and I, we have only your best interests in mind. Every guest must be sequestered,
while we ascertain their suitability for Altmer society.
The Old Dark's right. Lock up the newcomers.
Send the newcomers back where they came from. We don't want them here.
Such anger. Raz never expected to hear such words from the Queen's loyal subjects. The sentiment isn't universal, but enough feel this way for Raz to be concerned. Did you learn anything interesting from the people I sent you to talk to?
The artist assistant and the Redguard's cousin have both been sequestered.
Sequestered? Just a different word for imprisoned, yes. Ranul's cousin just arrived, but O'Newell's assistant has lived on Somerset since long before the Queen ever issued her decree. What about the lizard? What did Zoxolza have to say?
And this is really interesting. I've never seen this before. Texola is dead, but I found this letter. By the way, some of us take issue with the term lizard.
Raz intended no offense. Some of this one's best friends are lizards. But this one wonders why the Alderaan is gathering up newcomers, and does the King Lady condone his actions? Raz suggests the next course is to investigate the monastery.
Alright, I'll help you investigate the monastery.
Raz admires your enthusiasm, but this one needs you to enter the monastery on your own. Raz has other fish to catch. This one will help you get past the sentry, though. When you notice that the sentry is distracted, just sleep quietly inside.
Very well, Razumdar. Let's go. Time for sneaky lizard, sneaky, sneaky, sneaky lizard. Sneaky lizard. It's even more sneaky than normal now that I have a, I actually have a huge bonus to my, hold on, I'll be able to tell you exactly what the bonus is. Let's see, light armor. Never mind, that light armor doesn't do that anymore, I thought it did. Okay, but now I have a huge bonus to my sneak radius where it takes, it's harder for them to detect me at a certain range. Oh, hey, look, there's a dead person. I'll do this quest later. I'm not going to take it up right this minute. Well, I may as well pick it up and then... No, I'll come back. That's why.
You there? I have to find my son. Damn it, why won't this work?
Did you see a golden
The
knight?
Golden Knight.
I have no idea what that was, and I'm not sure I want to know.
Did you guys see the Golden Knight? He was only there briefly.
Sentry! Raz owes you for that game of cards, and has come to pay.
Well, I don't recall any. You say I won some gold?
You say I want some
Don't
gold.
you remember? Raz always pays his debt.
Why does that elf look like it's holding the Star of Azura? Investigate the monastery.
Are you lost? You can't be in here.
Kin Lady's letter. A lot of suspicious stuff going on. Oops, I almost sat on his head. Wake up.
Oh, not now, please. Your spiritual well-being can wait until after my nap.
Where can I find the people that have been sequestered?
You'll have to ask one of the monks that the new Aldark brought with him. They deal with all the newcomer testing and evaluations. I'm just a simple monk trying to catch up on my sleep. That was a hint, by the way.
Tell me about the Aldark and his and the new monks.
Aldark Tilkala arrived right after the Queen issued her decree. He came highly recommended by King Lady Avanice, or so I heard. It's not unusual for monks to form attachments and move together. But there's something strange about that bunch.
Strange? What do you mean?
The Aldark and his monks keep to themselves. They've taken the Undercroft for their own purposes and ordered the rest of us to avoid the ancient vaults beneath the monastery. Now, please, let me get back to my nap.
Anything else to know about this monastery?
The monastery should be a place of peace and meditation. The Aldark has closed us down until further notice. That means if any of the monks spot you, they'll raise the alarm. Me? I never saw you. Now, if you don't mind, my nap awaits.
Alright, enjoy your nap.
What's the matter with you? Get out of here.
Yeah, they say this stuff, but they never actually raise the alarm or anything. I don't know if they just didn't code that in properly or if it was intentional. List of... What else? 4 males, 3 females, all claim to be Dominion citizens. One says she lived in Somerset for more than a year. Moved to preparation cells. Khajiit, 7 males, 9 females, all claim to be Dominion citizens. Sent half to the preparation cells, the other half to the holding cells. Argonians, 4. Genders inconclusive. Who can tell with muck swimmers? Moved to preparation cells for immediate siphoning. Bretons, 1 male, 2 females, claim to be traders from Wayrest. Or did they say Daggerfall? Does it even matter? Why am I writing all this down? What does the new Aldrich plan to do with this information? Place in holding cells. Red Guards, 2 males, 4 females, all arrived on a ship from Hammerfell. One says she was sent for by Ronald the Traitor. Sent half to holding cells and the other half to preparation. Nords, 1 male, claims to be part of something called the Nord Cultural Exchange. Send to holding. Oh no, they've got Rigert the Brash. Maybe they'll make my life easier. No, let's be honest. It's going to take more than some. It's going to take more than some monks to do in Rigert the Brash. Ooh, Abyssal Pearl.
Unusual knick-knack for an Aldark's office, wouldn't you agree?
Ah, Valistron. We meet again.
I noticed you skulking around while I was engaged in some skulking of my own. I suppose we both came to the monastery with a similar purpose in mind.
And what purpose would that be?
The sequestered newcomers. I came to find out what happened to a friend. I assume that's what brought you here as well? A house of worship shouldn't be used as an internment camp, and it shouldn't be locked to the public either.
I saw a pearl like that. There was strange creatures nearby.
Interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it. I find it intriguing and a bit disturbing. But we aren't here to discuss curios. Strange creatures notwithstanding. We need to find out what's happening with the missing newcomers.
And how did you happen to get past the sentry, by the way?
The sentry doesn't appear to have stopped you, so I could ask you the same question. Let's just agree that we both have our methods. Curious, but I feel that there's more going on in Shimmerine than the usual politics and community relations.
What else could be going on here?
That's the question, my cautious friend. We have a newly appointed Aldark and a disgruntled kin lady, both opposed to the Queen's decree. What's their connection to the missing newcomers? I was about to explore the Undercroft. Care to join me?
I'll meet you in the Undercroft.
A curious pearl. I wonder where the Aldark acquired it. Probably not important. I'll meet you in the Undercroft, and we can see what's going on with the newcomers.
Alright. Ha ha, I'm standing on your statue. I'm standing on your statue. Ha 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 ha.
You can't stay. You just can't.
Yeah, you might need to clean the footprints off your statue, by the way.
I should be
seen your back walking out of here by now.
Something's wrong down here. I sense magic. Vile magic. Cages. These people did nothing to deserve such treatment.
They definitely did not.
Thank the Divines. You aren't one of the monks. Please, let me out of here.
Why did they lock you in a cage?
It's a nightmare. We came to Somerset to seek new opportunities. We barely stepped off the ship when they marched us to the monastery. Instead of questioning us or the usual high elf bureaucracy, they locked us in these cages.
There are only a few of you. Where are the rest of the newcomers?
The monks gathered them a few moments ago and took them through the door on the far side of the chamber. Please, let me out of here before they take me away like the others.
I'll unlock the cage and see what's going on in the next chamber.
Is that a Scoffin?
Oh dear, a Scoffin where?
For setting me free.
Oh, it's dead. Oh, that's not good.
A Daedra. Here? And that's a Scoffin, if I remember my Daedric recitations correctly. Very curious.
What's a dead Scoffin doing in a monastery devoted to the Eight?
An excellent question, and one I hope to find the answer to. From the evidence before us, it appears this Nord killed the Scoffin before he succumbed to his own wounds. Good for him. I found this key on the creature's belt, so we can open that door.
That's where the prisoner said the monks took the rest of the newcomers.
Then I suggest we pick up the pace. We need to determine what's actually happening down here, and who's behind all this. Without answers to those questions, we won't be able to decide on our best course of action.
What about your missing friend?
I'll explain everything later. For now, we need to hurry.
More newcomers? Unfortunately, the magic only affects those who have been prepared. But never fear. Your turn will come.
Earl of Cladicus Vile. Oh dear. I thought we had seen enough of Cladicus Vile for a while, but apparently we've got more of him coming yet.
I'll deal with the pearl. You hold off these creatures. The pearl's magic attracts these creatures. Hold them off while I complete my spell. Come on, let's talk outside. Those poor people. This wasn't just about newcomers and opposing the Queen's decree. That was Daedric magic back there. I just wish we had arrived a few moments earlier.
What happened to the pearl? Did you destroy it?
I promised to explain what I know. I suppose that now's as good a time as any. I'm a member of the Citrix Order. Our Right Master sent me to investigate a warning we received about a plot involving Somerset. My inquiries led me here.
The Citrix Order?
The Citrix Order is an ancient magical monastic society. We served as advisors to the rulers of Tamriel, but that was before we removed our island home from the world. Now this threat has drawn us back. But why are you involved in all of this?
I'm working with Rosmdar, one of the Queen's eyes, but what happened to the pearl?
An eye of the Queen? Interesting. I diffused the Daedric magic and transported the pearl to Artem, the Citrix island for safekeeping and study, so we can learn more about it. But we can discuss this further once we get out of here.
Alright, let's go. Escape the Undercroft. Okay. The first time I ever did this quest, I was like level I think I was just barely level 16 or 17, I think, and I had such a hard time doing this quest. Because I didn't really have any set gear at that time, so like I was just using normal gear with like a couple of like random set pieces that didn't even match each other. And I wasn't even using my dual wield at the time, I was just using my bow. So I had to fight through here with just a bow and very mismatched gear, so I had a lot of trouble. Still, it's one of the most fun I've had in any of the Elder Scrolls Online is doing that first quest on a low-level character. I mean, I'd like to do that again. The problem is that in order to do it the first time, I can't do my main the first time, and my main's kind of earned that right to be the first one to play through the story, so it's kind of a hard decision to make. But I always decide to go with my main, so...
Living on Artem for a few centuries doesn't prepare you for physical activity.
I suppose it wouldn't.
Let the Eye of the Queen know what we discovered, and I'll catch up with you later.
Okay.
This one's new partner returns. What interesting scandal did one cover in the monastery? Tell Raz every juicy detail.
The people were sequestered. The people that were sequestered were killed to power a Daedric ritual. I found this letter.
That isn't the kind of scandal Raz was hoping for. Murder, Daedric rituals, and traitorous behavior have a way of ruining an otherwise perfect day. We need to learn the extent of the Kin Lady's involvement. And by we, Raz means you.
You want me to go and accuse the Kin Lady of conspiring with the Daedric cult?
Accuse? Not exactly. Raz wants you to talk to her. See what she knows about the Alderaan. The Kin Lady is meeting with local leaders. Attend that meeting and learn the truth. This invitation and set of elegant clothes will get you through the door.
I also met a matron Citrix order in the monastery.
A Sijic? Raz has heard rumors, but there are always rumors about the Sijics. For an island of sages who disappeared more than 300 years ago, they certainly seem to get around. Did this Sijic mage say what the Order was investigating?
Something about a warning, and she seemed pretty interested in the life-sucking pearl.
There was a life-sucking pearl? You should probably have led with that bit of information. Well, we can worry about the Sijic mage and figure out where these pearls came from later. For now, go see what the Kin Lady has to say.
Shouldn't you speak to the Kin Lady? You do work for the Queen, after all.
Kin Lady Avenice and Raz do not get along. You see, there was a horse, a platter of pudding tarts, and... No. This one won't bore you with the sordid details. Besides, everyone behaves well when they see Raz. You will learn more than I will.
It was a horse and a platter of pudding tarts. Now I really want to know what happened, Raz. Swear that Khajiit gets up to all kinds of weird nonsense. Use elegant outfit. Oh, that looks really nice, actually. Don't mind me, I am a lizard. I mean, it's obvious. Well, with Raj, you never really know, Joe.
Yes? And who might you be?
I need to speak to the kin lady Alvanese.
The kin lady is currently engaged. She's holding a conference with Shimmerine's elite to discuss certain political matters.
I have an invitation.
Yes, so you do. And may I say that your outfit is suitably elegant. Please, head into the garden.
Thank you.
We all have concerns regarding the Queen's decree. I assure you that I am working with all Dark Takara to safeguard the sanctity of Shimmerine and all of Somerset. Enjoy the food and drink. Business of the city requires my attention, but I shall rejoin you shortly.
You can't talk to the Khajiit?
How bold of you. The Neberah dares to stand in my holy presence. Very well, bold Neberah. What can the new Aldark of Shimmerine do for you? And please, try not to bore me or spray any spittle on my spotless vestments.
Ooh, I want to blast him so hard. I heard that you and the kin lady have a plan for administering the Queen's decree.
You heard that somewhere, did you? I'll have to have a discussion with the Divine Prosecution about how lax our security has become. No, I jest. The kin lady and I have nothing but the best interests of Somerset and the newcomers in mind.
Is that why you're sequestering newcomers and other non-high elves beneath the monastery?
You really are well informed about things here in Shimmerine, aren't you? For a Neberah.
You keep calling me Neberah. What does that mean?
You're right. Where are my manners? Using a word you couldn't possibly be expected to understand. It means unwelcome. As in, you are not welcome here.
I see. And is it common for high elf monks to conspire with Daedra?
That's a serious accusation to toss around so casually. What did you say your name was again? I want to make sure to add it to the Divine Prosecution's observation log. For your own protection, you understand?
If you'll excuse me, Eldark Sinclair, I just remembered I have somebody else to be.
I suddenly remembered some business I need to deal with as well. Feel free to pester the other guests in my absence.
Into the platter of pudding tarts. I don't know. I can't see the kin lady getting it on with a Khajiit, to be fair. Especially seeing how racist she is. The unforeseen queen continued to impose her radical ideas on her loyal subjects. Just join the veil already, lady. Sheesh.
How dare you barge into my home without so much as a by your leave?
Maybe Roz is why. Kin lady.
No, I refuse to deal with one of the Queen's guests, especially not in my own home. How did you get in here, by the way? No, never mind that. Since you found your way in, I assume you can find your way back out, before I call the guards.
Why do you oppose the Queen's decree?
Such innocence. You really want to know why I oppose the Queen's order to allow newcomers to enter Somerset? Because I'm trying to protect both the island and the newcomers. It's in everyone's best interest that we maintain a separation.
And the Aldark agrees with your efforts to protect the island and the newcomers?
Aldark Tilkala came highly recommended. He has grand plans for protecting Shimmerine. Grand plans. Unfortunately, in my haste to deal with the Queen's decree, I may have made an error in judgment.
An error in judgment?
Not that it's any concern of yours, but my Chancellor has been unable to verify the Aldark's existence prior to when we met, and I recommended him for the position at the Monastery. I assure you, Kinlord Millenthal praised Tilkala to no end.
And you were aware that Aldrich's monks are killing the newcomers into the monastery?
That's preposterous. Aldark Tilkala sequesters the newcomers to ascertain their suitability for life in Somerset. Those who pass will find a place here. As for the rest, they'll be returned to wherever they came from. That's what we agreed to.
Sounds like you should see for yourself what's happening at the monastery.
My lady, one of the monks said to deliver this message. It's from the Aldark himself.
The Coral Forest. An odd location for a meeting, but I need to hear the Aldark's explanation.
I shall return to Rosendar. I think you're giving Roz more credit than he's due, Joe, to be honest, but... Well, there goes a vampire. You can tell because they're invisible. Hello, Rosendar.
Psst. Pretend you are adjusting your boot or admiring the architecture. As hard as it may be, look anywhere but directly at Raz. Good, good. Now, tell Raz what you learned at the King Lady's manor.
The Kin Lady believes that the newcomers are being sequestered and sent away.
Raz thinks Avanice is as naive as she is complicit, but she's not a murderer. This new Aldark, though, has so much blood on his hands, it looks like he's wearing red gloves. From what I could discover, he didn't exist before he came to Shimarin.
I overheard that the Kin Lady was going to meet the Aldark in the Coral Forest.
The Coral Forest? A strange meeting place. Raz thinks we should go and see what the Aldark is up to. After I take back that outfit, I might need it again later. Ah, you have a pretty admirer, my friend. The Citrix Sage, yes? Here she comes now.
Let me find out what Veslon has to say.
I'm glad I found you. While watching the King Lady's mansion, I saw her ladyship sneak out the back and leave the city.
The King Lady is meeting the Aldark in the Coral Forest. Raz smells something, and it isn't moon sugar biscuits.
Your reputation precedes you, Eye of the Queen. I am Valserin of the Citrix Order, and I agree that the Aldark is more than a simple monk.
We should work together, yes, but let's travel separately to avoid attracting unwanted attention. Raz will find you both at the Coral Forest.
And she's just like, watch this, and disappears because of Citrix magic. Yeah, everybody can do those all the other mages in the game can do the whole portal thing, but can you do the portal thing? Not really. Like, and then even in Skyrim, you can't open portals in Skyrim. I feel like there should totally be portal magic in Skyrim. Like, you become the Archmage of... Huh? No, the fast traveling is actually something to do with the unique nature of the vestige, because they don't have a... Because if they were altered by Cold Harbor, they can travel through Cold Harbor to other locations on Nirn. That's not something that just anybody can do. But there's lots of mages that just like hold their hand open and open portals to other locations. And in Skyrim, when you fast travel, you actually time is actually spent as you're traveling. It's not like portal magic, which is instantaneous, because the time actually, like if you check the time and then fast travel and check the time again, you will notice that time passes as you're fast traveling. So it's just a matter of convenience, the game mechanic, and not actually portaling somewhere.
One of Somerset's more unique environments, the Coral Forest. I used to love coming here when I was growing up. We need to find out why the Aldark asked King Lady Avanice to meet him out here.
Okay, technically you can do something that's like teleporting, but like I said, it's the unique nature of the vestige. It's not like you can just And it costs gold to do so. How do we find the Aldrak and the Kin Lady?
Based on what we saw in the monastery's undercroft, I'm hesitant to use magic to locate them. I suppose we'll have to find them through mundane means. Too bad the Queen's spy isn't here yet. I understand he's good at this sort of thing.
Alright. Okay, hey, have a good one.
Of the plan, you fool. Let me give you a taste of what the Prince of Bargains has in store. Come, Nebara. Let me show you.
You deal with the old.
Well, the Earl of Clementis File is dead. Look at that outfit, the Court of Bedlam.
Razumdar apprehended the Kin Lady. They're at the west edge of the Coral Forest. What happened to Aldok Tilkalar? Did he escape?
Nope, he's dead. I heard him mention the Prince of Bargains.
I think we can conclude that Tilkalar wasn't actually an Aldok. At least, not with his connection to the Prince of Bargains' Clavicus Vial. Strange magic and creatures worry me, however. Hopefully the pearl I sent to Artem can tell us more.
You think you can learn something from the pearl?
You'd be surprised what a particular object can reveal if you know how to unlock its secrets. I need to return and tell Reitmaster Ikesis all that transpired here. If you're willing, I'd like you to come to Artem and confirm my story.
Who's Reitmaster Ikesis? Or Ikis?
The Reitmaster leads the Citrix Order from Kapora Tower on the island of Artem. This spell attunes you to a portal near Shimmerine, in the ruins of the Keep of 11 Forces. It always leads to Artem, no matter the island's current location.
I'll go to Artem to talk to the Reitmaster after I check in with Razumdar.
One more adjustment and there! You are now attuned.
I can now travel to Artem.
Find me on Artem after you finish with the Eye of the Queen.
Very well. Although I may have some other things to do first. Razumdar.
Five Claw. The Kin Lady and Raz had the most illuminating conversation.
Razumdar.
You can't treat me like some sort
Oh,
of
hold on.
you horrid creature.
Horrid creature? Is that really how you want to address Razumdar?
Queen Irene will be disappointed that the Kin Lady of Shimmerine allowed a false Aldar to murder so many newcomers. Such a scandal makes other travelers uneasy about coming here, yes?
The Aldrich called on the Prince of Bargains before I killed him.
The Prince of Bargains? That could only be Clavicus Vial. What oblivion-inspired nest of vipers has Raz stumbled into? This one has a very bad feeling about all of this. Where is the Citrix Sage? Raz would like to ask her what she thinks.
She returned to Artem. She invited me to come and speak to the Reitmaster.
The Citrix Order's interest in all of this concerns Razumdar. This one has never had much love of magic, or those that practice the art. On the other hand, now Raz has his own person on the inside. An Eye of Raz, if you will, yes?
I don't want to be the Eye of Raz. Can I get a refund on that? Villastren said that the Order would try to find out more about the Aldrich and the Abyssal Pearls.
Then you must go to Artem and discover what the Citrix have learned. When you return, You can tell Raz all about it, so he can pass it along to the Queen. Yes, Raz likes this plan. In the meantime, Raz will investigate the Daedric connection.
Have you come to gloat? To kick me while I wallow in my own misery? Well, go ahead. I deserve it.
How'd you get involved with Eldrak Tinclair?
I met him at Kinlord Millenthal's party in Eleanor. We had similar ideas about the Queen's decree, and I recommended that he lead the monastery. Somerset isn't a stew pot, and the various races aren't ingredients to be sprinkled in like so much spice.
So you knew that he planned to kill the newcomers?
What a hateful accusation. Tilkala told me he was going to send them back where they came from. I had no idea he planned to kill them. I give you my word. I just wanted the newcomers to go away. And to find out he worshipped Daedra? How crude.
Do all the monks at the monastery worship Daedra?
I certainly hope not. We'll have to get the Divine Prosecution in there to gather up the monks Tilkala brought with him to Shimmerine. We can't have Daedric cultists desecrating a holy site. I suppose I need to beg for mercy from the proxy queen.
That would probably be for the best. Alright, so we're not going to do that immediately. I've got something else I want to do. Joe, you might actually recognize what we're about to do from our roleplay that we've been having. And I've actually been holding off on this until we got to this point in Somerset, because I wanted you to see this first. So we're about ready to head over to the ruins of House Durini here on Somerset. Okay. Why did I not do this sooner? There we go. That's much better.
The Somerset Isles are abuzz with the name of the last. I'm proud.
Mirror of Fatal Premonition. Recovered. Yep, this used to be the seat, or this used to be the main house of House Durini a long time ago, before they moved their base of operations to the Isle of Belfast, which is where the Adamine Tower sits. This place kind of got abandoned after a while because they moved all of their people to Belfast instead. So now it's called the Durini Archipolis, the City of the Dead. If I can find my way inside. It's been a minute since I did this quest, so I'm not sure if I remember exactly how to get inside. Oh, here we go. I found it. Bailiff?
A traveler. Don't see many wanderers out here near the Acropolis. Best give it a wide berth. There's a curse on this place. I didn't believe it at first, but once you hear that ghostly shriek, it'll make you a believer. Trust me.
Tell me about this curse.
Ah, I see it. That look in your eye. You mean to go in there and break the curse of the Dureni Acropolis, don't you? Ah, you newcomers are an ambitious lot, I'll give you that. There's a ghost in there called L'Oreal. She's the root of it.
You might recognize the name Laurel, Joe. How is she the cause of this?
Some folks say she was an innocent girl, buried alive by an evil sister. Others say she was a necromancer, put to the sword. Who knows? If you manage to run her off, you'll be doing all of Somerset a favor. Just don't expect us to go in after you.
Thanks, I'll have a look around.
So, you're really going to look into this, yes? Ifra's bones if you adventurers aren't a peculiar bunch. I've got no orders to keep you out. Not many grave robbers dumb enough to loot this place. No offense. Anyway, it's been nice knowing you.
What are you all doing out here?
I often ask myself the same question. Should have followed my mother's advice and learned a trade. Cobbling, maybe. I would have been a fine cobbler. I digress. The Divine Prosecution sent us out here to make sure none of the ghosts wander off.
And you think the creatures inside the Acropolis will wander?
Honestly, I have no idea. So far, we haven't seen any skeletons or ghoulies straying beyond the walls. But anything's possible, I guess. Just know that we'll be here, cheering you on from a safe.
You mentioned the Dureni. Who are they?
You are yanking my ear, right? Everyone knows the Dureni. They're one of the oldest, most powerful clans in Aldmeric history. They founded the Dureni hegemony in High Rock back in the First Era. Not many Dureni left, but their influence remains.
Why did a clan of elves leave Somerset to settle in High Rock?
Good question. Mara knows I'd never settled in that man and beast-infested... Sorry. Honestly, I really couldn't say. Some think it was exile, others that they were following their destiny to become the keepers of the Isle of Balfiera.
The Isle of Balfiera?
Indeed. It's an ancient, weather-worn island in Iliac Bay. I've never been myself, but they say the Great Dureni Tower is so tall you can see it from the shores of Glenumbra.
It's true.
The Dureni keep to themselves now. I doubt they'll ever come back.
How long has the Acropolis been this way? Or Acropolis?
Well, it's cursed for as long as anyone can remember. But the latest unpleasantness started a few months ago. It used to be that you'd just hear ghostly weeping every now and then. You'd feel chills, smell rotten eggs, that sort of thing.
And now?
Now the place is packed with undead beasts and vengeful spirits. You can't set foot in there without some ghostly hand grabbing your ankles or some such nonsense. Ugh, gives me the creeps.
I'll be honest, I saw a chance and I took it to tie the stories together. Don't worry, I have a plan for it to work out, but I was like, what are the names of those sisters? I was like, oh right, Selwyn and L'Oreal. Hey, that's not fair. You can't attack me from behind. I call cheatsies. Wow, this place has been abandoned for a very long time. Look, the tapestries are starting to be eaten by moths. Keeper's letter. Dearest Kalan, I grow old, my love. So old. The pain in my side worsens with each passing day. It won't be long before I join you in Aetherius. Funny, I've written you every day since you passed. It always dulled the pain. And now, as I stand on the threshold of death, just a heartbeat away from our reunion, I find myself racked with worry. I've sent countless letters to our family on Belfiera Isle, but haven't received a single reply. I fear that I may be the last keeper of the Acropolis. With me dead, who will kindle the fires below? Who will keep the Forsaken One in her tomb? Every day I feel her growing stronger, scraping at the lid of her sarcophagus, yearning to be free. Someone must come. Someone must maintain the fires. We cannot allow her to go free. But I ramble. Rest well, my love. I will be with you soon. Your loving wife, Telmier. Oh.
The seal, the key. Take them. We must keep her locked away. Do not let her escape.
Alright, we're going to explore the catacombs. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Man, this place must have been beautiful back in its heyday. Long ago, for reasons most have forgotten, Clan Durini left Somerset and relocated to Belfiera Isle in the Iliac Bay. Ownership of the clan's abandoned real estate above the Durin Valley has been locked in Elvish litigation ever since. Wow, thousands of years this place has been locked in Elven litigation. That's actually kind of scary. Examine the inscription. The Keeper's Oath. Oh, blessed be the Keeper's eyes, wrought in crimson and gold, the rueful gaze fixed on her cursed tomb, since darkest days of old. When bone and death shrouds steer below, may these eyes see flame alight, to exact the dark toll that which she owes, to keep her soul bound tight. Place the golden seal. Talk to L'Oreal.
A keeper? No, an intruder. Did you not hear the shrieks, the groaning admonitions? This is a cruel and sour place, outsider. Your beating heart mocks the dead.
Who are you?
Who am I? I was called L'Oreal, but in truth I am sorrow given voice, agony given form. A prisoner confined to this cold, dead Acropolis for all time. You were brave to come here, but are you brave enough to seek the truth of this place?
Yes, tell me what happened here.
I haven't the heart to speak it aloud. I can only bear the pain through song. Even now, all these long centuries later, the taste of betrayal still fills my mouth. My soul is bound to the catacombs, sealed away in a vault of stone deep below.
How do I find this vault?
You carried the Keeper's golden seal. There is another, a crimson seal. It is close. I sense its presence, like a whispered accusation. Follow my voice. Find the Crimson Seal and place it here beside its golden brother. They will clear the path.
I'm sorry, but I have to know, who are the keepers?
My jailers. Sons and daughters of the Direni, sworn to keep me imprisoned here. I no longer sense their presence. That gives me some small relief at least.
Why did they imprison you?
Did you not hear me? The sorrow robs me of my breath. I can only bear to tell you in song. I am sorry.
I always get lost. The first time. Sorry, it may take me a second. I always get lost trying to find the right way to go. Oh, I have to go through this door.
Hear ye my tale of sisters two, bound by love and joy. The elder set sail, but the younger remained, alone with her tomes and her heartache. At length the caller came to the gates of the Direni, a fellow traveler on sorrow's road, with dark wisdom on his lips.
The Crimson Keeper, keep to the oath, Seal Bearer. Do not believe her lies. She is not what she seems.
Find the source of L'Oreal's binding. I don't remember. Does she continue her song or she doesn't? I don't remember. I thought there was more to that song than that. I don't think I missed it, did I?
Don't listen. Her words are poison.
Her heart is twisted. She deserves this fate.
Did I make a wrong turn? Or am I supposed to drop down there? Yeah, okay, I definitely was not supposed to drop down there. Okay.
All her heart's doors closed and locked. The sister's power grew. Her gold eyes fixed on graves and tombs. The necromancer's muse. At length the eldest did return, flush with arcane might. She found her sisters, undead thralls, and wept long at the sight. Knowing death could not contain her sister's newfound power, the eldest and her dear any kin buried me alive, here screaming into the black.
By Surabang's ring, what have I done? My dearest sister, the little sprite with pigtails who chased me through the flower gardens on Sunday afternoons, the soft-hearted girl with the singing voice of a meadowlark, fallen to a necromancer's charms. I can scarcely believe it. What did we do to earn this? What spirits did we offend? If only I had been here. If only I had stayed. This is all my fault. Something had to be done. Practicing necromancy is an unforgivable sin. I pleaded with her to repent, to beg for the clan Durrani's mercy, but she persisted. She looked into my eyes with a dull, flat-eyed stare and said, "They cannot kill me, sister. I cannot be killed. I will rise again and again and again for all eternity." All the kindness and gentle innocence was gone. In that moment, I barely recognized her. So I performed the ritual. I bound her to the sarcophagus. I shouted the words of binding and kindled the sacred flames. And then I wept beside the tomb, listening to her froth and wail until she finally fell silent. I can only hope that Laurel's spirit can find peace here in the Acropolis, because she cannot leave. She cannot leave. Ariel, forgive me, for I will never forgive myself. Never.
You are no keeper, don't you?
Yeah, no joke, that Wisp mother was really hard to kill the first time I fought her. Yeah, it was actually Coat that told me about this quest originally. I didn't even know about this quest until Coat told me about it. Alright, so we're coming up on a choice.
You found me. At last.
There's her body. Ooh, it's seriously desecrated.
Do you see what they did to me? What they are all still doing? Is a young girl's curiosity worthy of this torment? I only wish to pass on, to be free of this place. Please, help me.
How can I help you?
You see my prison now. This circle of braziers. The keepers would have you relight these fires to whip me back into silence. But I beg you, take up the Keeper's flame and burn my corpse. Without my body, the Dureni's cruel magics cannot bind me.
What will happen if I burn your body?
The Keepers marked my body with runes of restraint before they locked me in the tomb. After I expired, my soul tried to escape. But even now, centuries later, I am tethered to that husk. If you burn away my body, you also burn these runes.
And what will you do with this freedom?
Would you ask a caged meadowlark what it would do? It would fly free, feel the sun on its wings, and sing its forgotten songs. It would find the joy that it had long been denied.
You wouldn't seek revenge?
Revenge upon whom? The elves that locked me away are long dead. Dead and gone. Only their tombs remain. Their tombs and their descendants.
Now imagine when I was first doing this, my character was a descendant of the Dureni, so there was really no choice here. So what really happened here?
It's as I said in my song. My sister and I were inseparable. Different sides of a single coin, my uncle used to say. Eventually she set out to study with the Magisters on the Isle of Balfiera. I was left here, alone.
And?
I struggled with my craft, falling further and further behind. Eventually, I found a mentor, a black-clad sorcerer who taught me the dark arts, necromancy. I took to it like a sparrow to the wind. Eventually, my power rivaled that of my sister.
Then she returned?
Yes. She found my mentor and I weaving spells over the corpses of our ancestors. She struck my mentor dead with a killing word, then wrapped me in searing chains. My sister wept when our kin rendered the sentence, that I would be buried alive.
She didn't try to talk them out of it?
No. She carried out the sentence herself. Her face was the last thing I saw before they closed the lid. The Dureni feared what I would become if they executed me outright. So they constructed this arcane prison, this torture chamber.
How do you feel about your sister now?
She did what she was expected to do. I have nothing more to say.
What would happen if I light the brazier?
I would return to that coffin. I would go back to screaming in silent horror, gazing up at the ancient scratches on the coffin lid where I tore my fingernails to pieces trying to get out.
And you would stay that way forever?
Forever. Or until some other kind soul burned my corpse prison. You followed me and listened to my tale. I know you will do what is right.
Alright, we have a choice. We can either burn the body, or we can light the braziers. So, I'm going to take the flame.
We arrive at the moment of choice. Please, use the Keeper's flame on my remains and set me free.
And since you're the only one in the chat, Joe, this is your decision to make. Do we free L'Ariel from her prison, or do we light the brazier and continue to her sentence? Minding everything that we learned on the way down here. Well, you did catch her not so veiled threat, right? Yep, and I guarantee you that if we let her loose, she's not going to not get revenge. True, but she's also a powerful necromancer to whom death is but a mere inconvenience. Even if we free her as a spirit, she's not going to pass into the afterlife. She's a necromancer. Death cannot bind her. Which was make Mini Marco so horrifying when you realize that you can kill Mini Marco and he will come back again and again and again. It's kind of one of those things where like it doesn't happen immediately. There is no immediate fallout where we have to stop her. There's no evidence that she actually follows through with that threat, that loosely veiled threat, and goes to attack her Durrani kin. One of the issues with Elder Scrolls Online is they solve a lot of continuing problems with dragon breaks, meaning that all possible events that could happen are canonical. For example, every single ending to the game Daggerfall is canon because of a dragon break called the Warp of the West. So everything that happened in the game Daggerfall, every possible way you can end that game, all happen simultaneously, and all of them are canon. So it's hard to know if it's canonical that she got out and got revenge on the Durrani or not. But as far as we know, the Durrani are still on the Isle of Bellafiera. So I'm not sure. I do know for a fact that I have never once freed her from her prison. Coat did, though, and Coat messaged me and was like, I'm pretty sure I just released an... It doesn't matter for Elder Scrolls Online, at least not at this point. Whether it matters later on down the road in another Elder Scrolls game, that's something we'll never know. But, like, if we take it like this is this is real life, and this choice could kill hundreds, or she could suffer for her hubris. Like, it's a hard decision, because what if she does go and kill off the Durrani, burn the body? Okay.
Yes, finally. I feel the chains slipping from my shoulders. My spirit is free. Free to go wherever I wish. Oh, you have done quite a deed. Your kindness will not be forgotten or squandered.
Listen to her tone of voice.
I'm sorry I cannot stay to answer them. I have much to do. So much to do. Farewell.
Yeah, we just released a vengeful spirit on the ancestors of the Durrani. So alright, now it's time to take the expressway out of here. Because just like her, death cannot bind me either, so. They grew up to be dicks anyway. But that doesn't just include the Durrani, Joe. That includes all the Bretons, too, that are of Durrani blood. If it was just the Durrani, I'd say screw them, but no, that's... Yeah, and that's fair, but she also didn't give them another choice either. Her sister begged her to beg for mercy and to repent from her necromancy, and her response was, they cannot kill me, death cannot hold me, I will come back again and again and again. They really didn't have another choice to punish her, because what were they going to do, execute her? She'd just come right back. Towards Belfiera.
Strange.
Yep, she's off to get her revenge. Okay, so we have enough time to get to the Isle of Martium, so we're going to go do that. No, it doesn't. That binding spell was lost, and that's one of the main things. All the keepers that knew how to bind her are dead. Like, nobody knows how to do those runes anymore. They're not going to be able to rebind her now because they had to bind her using her body, Joe, and we destroyed the only means of rebinding her spirit. She will never be bound again. So, if she doesn't take that chance at redemption, there's no recourse of stopping her anymore. Well, she is undead. Maybe Meridia could destroy her, but... Yeah, but those necromancers just come back, Joe. That's one reason why Mini Marco is so dangerous, is because even if you kill him, he just comes back. There's no way to permanently kill a necromancer in the Elder Scrolls universe, and that's the way in D&D too. A lot of the necromancers in the older D&D worlds, they would die constantly and just come back because to them death was just an inconvenience. Misty Hollows filled with gargarious... Oh, I didn't get to finish reading it. Well, I mean, liches have always existed too, but that's what the most powerful necromancers typically end up becoming anyways, is liches. Mini Marco is a lich, and so is... And L'Oreal will probably become a lich. Because lichdom kind of works differently in Elder Scrolls. It doesn't require the phylactery and everything like the D&D ones does. If you're a powerful enough necromancer, you can basically just turn yourself into a lich. The Sephoral Tower. I have missed this place. It's so beautiful. Hello, Citrix Merchant. Let me fix up my gear real quick. Citrix plans for all kinds of wonderful things. Visit Somerset. They must have picked that up from somewhere.
And there was no sign of Lathan. I don't know whether to be grateful or concerned.
We'll find him, Val. Now go check on the Pearl while I speak to our new guest.
Right, Master.
What a rare honor Valcerin bestowed upon you. Only a select few not of our order have ever walked upon this sacred island. Val tells me your aid was indispensable in uncovering the false Aldoc's plot on Somerset.
We discovered the newcomers to Somerset were being murdered to power the Abyssal Pearls.
Unfortunate, certainly. The magic you describe sounds familiar, though I can't quite recall where I've heard of it before. I fear the pearls may be a harbinger of the threat Sothis Seal warned us about.
Sothis Seal? What threat? I don't understand.
Sothis Seal, one of the living gods of the Dark Elf Tribunal. He's an honorary member of our order. After an attack on his Clockwork City, he warned us about a Daedric threat to Somerset and Artem. I sent Valcerin to investigate.
I should really know about that because I helped stop that attack on Clockwork City. Anyways, is there anything more I can do to help?
Indeed. But not until we finish studying the pearl Valcerin brought us.
There are mysteries to unravel, and Val believes you will be instrumental to our success. We can get started immediately, unless you want to explore our island first. The next step involves a thorough examination of the strange pearl you and Valcerin recovered from beneath the Shimmerine Monastery. Hopefully, we can learn more about the false Aldark and the source of the pearl's magic.
Can you use magic to get the pearl to reveal all that?
We are the Citrix Order, friend of Valcerin. There is very little we cannot accomplish through the application of the old ways. Every object remembers its history. The trick involves selecting the correct ritual to reveal those buried memories.
Can I do anything to help?
While I head inside to begin the Augury Ritual, I'd like you to go to Citrix Seals' study in the tower, find my acolyte, Oriandra, and ask her for Citrix Seals' Amplification Elixir. We may need it if the pearl proves to be resistant to our magic.
I'll find, I do not know how to say that name, Oriandra, and get the Amplification Elixir. A pearl of great price. Portal to the Porridge Tower. Okay, misty hollows filled with gracious nexits, hidden lagoons containing spring waters, or sinking waters, and I didn't get to finish reading it again. Oriandra. They're trying their best on the look at the hand motions as they try to manipulate the pearl.
Friend of Valcerin.
Loremaster.
I have a tranquil greetings, Caraval. You will forgive me if I seem awkward. We rarely entertain guests here on Artem. I am Calaris. Right Master Ichesis told me a great deal about you. I suspect he has plans for you within the Citrix Order.
You're offering me a place in the Citrix Order? Do I even qualify for membership?
The Right Master holds you in high regard. That is proof enough of your worthiness. The Citrix Order requires practical wisdom, outside perspective. Unless I miss my guess, you can provide both. You would be a worthy addition to our ranks.
Thank you. What do I need to do?
Eager to begin? Good. Eagerness is just what we need. Your first lesson begins now. The Order has detected a number of irregularities on Tamriel. Small breaches in the fabric of time. I would like you to seal them for me.
Alright, I'll seal these breaches. How should I proceed?
The first cluster of time breaches appeared on the Isle of Somerset. You should start there. Go speak with my apprentice, Josaja, in the Athenaeum. She will provide the tools you need. A map, Citrix Seals, and the Augur of the Obscure.
What does it take to become a Citrix?
A noble heart and a solemn commitment to the good. Achieving membership in the Citrix Order is a serious and lasting endeavor. You must be prudent, but fearless. Withdrawn, but compassionate. It is not something to be taken lightly.
Why are you looking for new members? I thought you were a reclusive group.
Too reclusive, I fear. The truth is that we have grown old, Caraval. A mixed blessing, I suppose. Long years of seclusion have allowed us to study and learn, but always at the cost of our relationship with the outside world. We need youth, vigor.
What are the benefits of membership?
As your knowledge of the old ways grows, so too will the rewards. For instance, we are prepared to teach you new and powerful spells. As in all things, the best teacher is experience. This matter of the time breaches will act as your exam.
Any words of wisdom before I set out?
Only this. Purge yourself of selfish intent. Membership in the Citrix Order will bring you both prestige and power. But such honors often lead to Wegnithir, the bad change. What you do in the Order's name, you do for others, never yourself.
Fair enough. So this map you mentioned will show me where the time breaches are located?
The map will show you the approximate location of each time breach. I apologize. Our visions, while powerful, are not always specific. Make your way to each X on the map, then use the Augur of the Obscure to discover the anomaly's exact location.
How does this augur work exactly?
These time breaches are not visible to mortal eyes. The augur, however, perceives time and space very differently. Gazing through it will allow you to peer through the veil, to see things both visible
and invisible. Things like these breaches.
Once I find the breach, I use these Citrix Seals to close it?
Precisely. Think of them like bandages, I suppose, or tourniquets. The chrononymics they contain will stabilize the rifts and harden the walls of time around them, rendering the breaches harmless. They are quite easy to use, I promise.
What is your role in the Citrix Order?
I serve as the chief loremaster here on Artem, a grand title for a modest pursuit, truth be told. I protect and maintain our various libraries and archives, safeguard the details of our Order's history, that sort of thing.
How many libraries and archives do you have here?
863 at last count, not including the Right Master's personal collection, of course. Don't trouble yourself looking for them. Many of them exist in quasi-planes and hermetic mind spheres. It helps keep things tidy.
Quasi-planes and hermetic mind spheres. That makes my brain hurt. You think maintaining 863 libraries is a modest pursuit?
Comparatively, yes. Many of my peers spend their days examining the nature of reconstituted souls and studying Etata dream residue. Still, I love my work. It also affords me the opportunity to spend time with our initiates.
So you're a teacher?
Of sorts. I educate students on the importance of compassion, discipline, objectivity, and the like. Our Order's chief virtues. It can be very rewarding, provided the students take such lessons to heart. I'm confident you will be such a student.
Very well. So I have gotten the quest to join the Citrix Order, which is great. There are some great abilities and passives in the Citrix skill line.
Yes, can I help you?
Your master sent me. He told me to collect a map, some Citrix Seals, and the Augur of the Obscure.
Right. You're the Order's new initiate. I didn't expect you so soon. Things here on Artem are normally, you know, snailish. I transcribed our seer's visions onto the map there, and collected these Citrix Seals. The Augur, however...
Do you have it?
I don't. Please don't tell the Loremaster. It tricked me into dismissing the binding charms that keep it here, in the Athenaeum. Then it popped like a bubble and vanished. It escaped before, but never on my watch.
Do you have any idea where the Augur went?
Mercifully, yes. I just scried its location. It looks like it reappeared somewhere on the shores of Wasting Coraldale. It didn't take long for some sea elves to scoop it up and squirrel it away. You'll have to steal it back. I am sorry, truly.
Alright, I'll go to the Western Carnalade and recover it.
I'm indebted. You'll definitely need the Augur on your quest. Without it, you'll never find those time breaches.
What exactly is this Augur of the Obscure, anyway?
The Loremaster didn't tell you? Alright. How to explain it? The Augur is a skull. Sort of. It's really a crystalline entity that resembles a skull. Some think it's from the head of an ancient mage, but I don't believe that for a minute.
Why not?
It's hard to say. Once you have a few conversations with it, you'll see what I mean.
Wait, the skull talks?
Yes, incessantly. I think that's why Loremaster Kelleris made me its caretaker. No one else wants to listen to it. You should know that it lies constantly, unless you ask it a direct question. If you do that, it's compelled to always tell the truth.
Good to know. Now, are you sure you sure you'll show me these time breaches?
It will. Stirring up the Augur's power will give you a second sight. The skull sees time differently. Well, it sees practically everything differently, but time most of all. I think it's fascinating. I just wish the little bugger wasn't so sneaky.
I'll be careful. What can you tell me about those Citrix Seals?
The seals are one of the Order's oldest tools. They act as a sort of anchor, shoring up any wayward spirits or forces in a given place. When Nirn was still young, the veil was much looser, more unpredictable, you know? So the Aldmer made these.
Is there a trick to using them?
None at all. We've been refining them for thousands of years, remember? Just take one in your hand when you reach a tear, and the seal will do the rest.
So your Solaris' apprentice?
I am. You look surprised.
I just haven't seen many non-elves here.
Right, of course. It's not racial bias. The Citrix Order doesn't have any access to grind. It's just a matter of circumstance. Citrix study is an Aldmeri tradition, for one thing. High elves also live a long time and have more natural aptitude.
How did you wind up here on Artem?
It's a long story. I was the heiress to a crown magnifica. Our house was prosperous, well respected. When Kelleris offered to take me to Artem, I cast off my duties immediately and left the family's fortunes in the hands of my brother.
And?
He drove our family into shame and poverty. Pretty much immediately. I try not to think about it. Let's change the subject, all right? You have lots to do and very little time to do it.
Very well. Take the Citrix map of Somerset. Alright, but let's go ahead and once we finish this next objective, I'm going to call it for the day, because I think we've done enough for one stream. But we're just going to go ahead and complete this next objective real quick.
You must be the adventurer that Valsaryn was going on about. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to our secret island. Oh, I suppose you already talked to the Reewish, seeing as you're here in Kapora Tower.
The Reewish sent me to get an Amplification Elixir for the ritual they're conducting.
That strange pearl has certainly been reluctant to reveal its secrets. The Reewish hates it when an inanimate object refuses to cooperate. Regarding the Amplification Elixir, I just cataloged it. It's a Sotha Seal creation, as you'd expect.
Sotha Seal's a member of the Citrix Order?
What? No, not in the traditional sense. He's not one of our monks, if that's what you're asking. More like an honorary member, I guess you'd say. According to my records, the silver vial should be right over there.
I'll find it.
As soon as the pearl arrived via Valsaryn's transference spell, the Reewish gathered the conclave to prepare an augury ritual. He's been cycling sages through to keep them fresh, while slowly increasing the intensity of the ritual.
So, why aren't you helping with the ritual?
I'm the Reitmaster's acolyte. I have other duties to perform. Besides, such a complex ritual requires the power of the conclave of the 11 forces. I'm not that strong yet. Under the Reitmaster's tutelage, I expect to attain that rank. One day.
How did an Imperial end up in the Citrix Order?
Despite opinions to the contrary, being an Altmer isn't a prerequisite for membership in the Citrix Order. The Reitmaster noticed my potential and invited me to join. I had a year to consider the offer, but I made my decision immediately.
I'm not sure I understand where we are. How did the Citrix hide Artem?
I'm not allowed to reveal where you are or how our magic works, other than to tell you that you have arrived upon the fabled island of the Citrix Order, Artem. While we're not currently part of Nirn's reality, we still keep track of events there.
How did you manage to keep track of events on Nirn from wherever this is?
I could say we have our ways and leave it at that, but you deserve a better explanation. The Reitmaster sends Citrix back to the world to perform tasks and gather information. Plus, we have powerful scrying magic that reveals all sorts of details.
I better find the elixir the Reitmaster requested.
I was examining the vial of Amplification Elixir myself just a short time ago. It should be right over there.
What can you tell me about the ritual the Reitmaster is performing?
As soon as the pearl arrived via Valsaryn's transference spell, the Reitmaster gathered the conclave to prepare an augury ritual.
Oh, no, we already asked this. Okay, we're good. Oh my goodness, look at that monstrosity. Oof. That's a pretty extravagant outfit there. I see Sotha Seal's not in presence right now. Alright, and that's where we're going to end off the stream for today. I want to thank you for watching. If you did, or if you're catching this in the future, I hope you enjoyed. This has been The Elder Scrolls Online as Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard. Tuesday night, we're going to be streaming the Flames of Ambition dungeons. Those will, of course, be available on YouTube after they're done streaming. I'll have to upload them. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you on Tuesday. Bye!